Welcome back to Jamming Games. I am Steven. He is Wyatt. We are watching Modern. Two Mavericks from down from Prescott Town come up here today. Slinging some cards. I'm old-timey. Prescott's a cowboy town.
Prescott Town?
Yeah, Prescott. I said Prescott Town. I should have been Prescott Town. This is...
Jake's on 4-color Scapeshift, but he added a fifth color for
Niv Mizzet, too.
Oh, did you put a Niv Mizzet?
I lent him one for this tournament.
Oh.
Yeah.
How interesting.
He also... So, the fun fact about this tournament, there was a huge amount of control in the room.
It was, like, predominantly control.
I got a lot of text messages from people complaining about how much control there was.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Like, a lot of people were pissed.
I'm fine with control. Control's like hard matchups.
Yeah, you get to have interesting... I mean, there's very little for us to talk about for the first several turns.
Yeah, there was, like, most of this game, especially between these two decks, will not start until turn, 6.
Yeah, and so everyone's just doing their mana ramp thing.
Trying to sculpt their hands.
I'm really a big fan of Ty's deck.
The weird Cleansing Wildfire.
Yeah, you get to run Cleansing Wildfire in the main.
It was very popular when Cleansing Wildfire first was released. It kind of fell out of favor. Maybe it's coming back now because of No Arrow.
Also, Amulet Titan is really good suddenly.
Yeah.
Winning every event with 32 lands. And
You hate that deck.
I do. Did I play it on camera?
I don't think so.
I don't think so. The last tournament I played Amulet Titan, and I got dunked on for like 2 hours in a row, and I just left. I just quit playing. I was so salty.
Here's a Teferi, which is huge in these matchups. And there's the Teferi from the other side, which is huge in these matchups.
So I'm a little unclear on this interaction. If you plus your Teferi...
It doesn't superside.
It doesn't, because you can cast...
You can cast sources at instant speed,
yeah.
But Teferi still says you can't cast things outside of...
Sorcerer speed.
Yeah.
Gross, and I hate it.
So it doesn't supersede it. Or
supersede it?
Supersede it, thank you.
So I would think Jake's in a pretty good position here, but I do happen to know that Ty has a combo in his deck.
Can't flash it out, though.
You his Teferi's just going to unsummon it. That's gross. So both of our players are probably sitting on a few dead cards. I mean, I can see a Force of Negation in Jake's hand. I can see...
Like, I guess you can go Cryptic, Bounce, hold up Counter Magic.
I mean, you have to wait.
Oh, I mean, here's just an Angel.
Just infinity time to do that.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I mean, Cryptic, Bounce, hold up Counter Magic is like 8 mana. I mean, I guess it's not too far away.
It's 4 mana with Force.
But I think if you're Ty, you have to realize that Jake just hitting his land drops is eventually going to kill you.
Yes, especially with the Ren and 6 and the Teferi. Like, you don't get to plus Teferi this turn, but you do get to bounce Resto Angel. But this Ren and 6 makes it so you just kind of eventually win the game with it.
So he might not even have to do that here. He can just... Oh, he's got Path to Exile. Yeah, I was a little bit hesitant for Jake to start minusing that Teferi because Ty runs a lot of burn.
Oh, I guess there are bolts and helixes. That is true. I forgot that he has both those.
Weirdly, I also feel like this Teferi is the entire game. And I'm not sure if I'm right about that, but it just feels like it's the only thing either player's doing that matters.
When Control was popular at the time Teferi first got printed, whoever resolved the first Teferi usually would win.
Because you could counter the next one?
Because your opponent couldn't interact with any of your big spells anymore. And you could interact with theirs. That was like the huge part of it.
So, I mean, here's a Wildfire. What are we going after? I'm guessing it's that Valakut.
Oh, okay. Makes sense,
yeah.
I guess Ren and 6, though, like, he just gets it back.
It's fine. It's just not as good as it could be. Yeah. Ren and 6 is a crazy card.
It's so strong.
I really like that guy.
2 Cleansing Wildfires. Get 2 basics. Draw 2 cards. Play Island. Narrate each play individually.
That's how you do it, dude. That's how you do it.
Plus, play...
Valakut Awakening.
Yeah.
I'm a huge fan of this card as well.
I think it's fine in this deck.
I like it anytime you play combo pieces and you just put them on the bottom. Get the stuff you need.
I feel like Nahiri, Emrakul, the old Jsekai versions of that, would like to run that card.
I agree.
Whether or not that card's good or that deck's good anymore is a different question.
That's not part of the issue. We're not talking about that.
They would definitely run probably 2 or 3 of those.
They would. Do you remember when Mardu, that Nahiri Emrakul was the deck? And you would occasionally flip Emrakul to Dark Confidant?
Yeah.
It was bad.
Or it happened at a GP on camera once.
Did it really? We had a guy in store
There's a person exactly at 13, 14, something like that. And like he like flipped it over and it's like, well, it just happens.
Yep.
Like if you put those 2 cards in your deck, you have to accept that once in a blue moon it'll happen to you.
We had a guy in the store named Dan, not the Dan who's played on camera. This is a long time ago. He did it in a tournament picked his cards up, walked up to the counter, and sold them. Like, he just got out of the deck immediately. He was not a mistake he wanted to make again.
Getting rid of the Ren and 6 though here with Bolt Snap Bolt.
Bolt Snap Bolt's a big game. Jake oddly hasn't done anything either.
No, he's cast Growth Spiral and Ren and 6.
Yeah.
And that is end of the statement.
He is looking at a, what's it called? The most proactive threat in every format, your friend and mine, Omnath. Locus of the Locus. I don't know his name anymore. There's too many Omnath iterations running around.
Locus of Creation.
Alright, here comes a fetch land, which is the best version of this interaction to happen. So, if he has... When I played Nimizit in Pioneer, I really like to go get black mana here, and then cast a Nimizit off this Omnath, because it's just such a tempo swing.
Omnath is just like... He's a fed... I mean, like, you can cast Bring to Light here, go get Valky. Tibalt.
Yeah, he can bring to light... I don't... Does he have black mana? I don't actually know.
You don't need it. You only need...
If he hasn't... Maybe he's not running the Nimizit in the main, but if he is...
Oh, he's going to trigger the third ability.
Oh, that's cool. This happens so rarely in Pioneer, but I feel like in Modern it's almost trivial.
4 to each Planeswalker and player.
Yep.
Dang. That's weirdly relevant, I think. Not letting this Teferi, like, get too much value. These Teferis haven't minused once. They've drawn 0 cards, which is incredibly rare.
I think everybody's just terrified.
Yeah.
Like, just, you know that this Teferi is the only thing keeping you in the game.
There's
Helix it down to 1, and then Snapcaster gets unsummoned. This is I think it's a good play, but unsummoning a Snapcaster is a bold move.
Yeah, he probably has Helix in his yard, which means you can put your Teferi to 3. And if he has a Bolt, your Teferi's dead, and his spells are alive, and you can't really... Oh, well, he's just a Scapeshift.
Let's see what he's doing with Scapeshift. I wouldn't mind holding the Scapeshift.
For what? You can't cast it into speed. You just get to win here. And he can't interact with Teferi.
So I guess all that's left is to have him count the mountains.
Yeah.
I forgot he could go off without a Dryad of the Elysian Grove.
Because he just has mountains in his deck.
Yeah.
He's not Titan.
Who runs mountains, dude? It's stupid.
Yeah, so there's 7 mountains. There's 6 mountains, and then 2 Valakuts.
Yep.
Which you'll see it a lot of times. 4 times 8, or 4 times 2 is 8. 8 times 3 is 16, 24.
24! See you next round. What? Never mind. So the Teferi was the entire game there, because Jake didn't do anything.
No, it did absolutely nothing.
Yeah, and then just wins the game. Scumbag. Can't believe him.
I mean, Scapeshift does that.
Yeah, that's actually, I'm a really big fan of the deck because of that fact.
Oh, eventually you just get to win.
Yeah, you just ignore your opponent for long enough and then win the game. That's how I like to play Magic.
It literally does nothing but that.
Yeah, Wyatt likes interactive games where he gets to test his skill against his opponent. Because I think it's because you watch anime and everybody wants to like challenge the senpai to be the next senpai.
What?
No, dude, I just want to win Magic games easily. I just want to crush my opponent and have him sell his deck, like every time I can.
Yeah, does that happen a lot to you?
I've never done it, to my knowledge. I had never run the tournament and run the store around a thing and played in the thing enough to crush somebody, but I'm sure to GP, someone, somewhere. There's a Jund player I talk about sometimes who I made tilt out by leaving him to Turox in Legacy.
Oh, yeah.
I think he might have considered it after I crushed him while not knowing what I was doing.
I forgot about that.
Yeah. Good guy. I don't know.
Hamid Turok's a good card.
You shouldn't keep it in fair matchups, I've been told by someone very aggressively. So Jake is just main phase cycling this, I guess.
There's Veil into Teferi.
Whoa.
Gotta make her resolves.
Whoa, what a huge brain play!
You're playing around Mana Leak and Force that way.
Yeah, and like if your opponent has to choose whether or not to counter a naked Veil of Summer for like no reason. And
if they do, you probably just get to pass too.
Yep.
Unsummon draw. Which means it's probably gonna die to a Bolt next turn, but I think Jake's okay with that. He's gotten some value out of this.
Sure. Oh, got another one, dude. Why did you ever have a Teferi go down? There's too many of them.
Yeah, you get to run 8 in deck.
Does he run? He probably
He
runs.
also runs Big Teferi.
Yeah.
I don't think he runs 4 of them.
Teferi's too good. Guy's awesome.
Oh, there's Big Teferi.
All right.
Oh, and into a Remand.
Yep. Jake can play cards at instant speed, which
because
is
he has a Teferi and his opponent does not.
Pretty silly of his opponent to even try, I guess. He's very, very thoroughly randomizing his deck. We're watching this in double speed. He shuffled a lot.
You gotta shuffle, man.
I guess.
What is it, 20 times you have to shuffle?
5, I think, is adequate.
Yeah, 4 times that. Perfect.
All right. Going up with the Teferi.
I mean, like, you probably just, you just get to pass. Like, you know there's a Resto Angel, you know there's a Teferi. Yeah. You probably have an answer for both of them. Like,
I can see a couple forces of negation. He can just hard cast.
I think there's an Archmage's turn, too.
He fears no reprisal. And, yeah.
Oh, he's gonna even leave up mana for this.
It's so he can do an instant speed, bring to light, into turn.
Oh, my gosh.
Jake. This is pretty good. This is pretty good.
What do you think you get here?
I like Valky here.
I don't hate the Tibble,
Yeah.
Like, you could get Tibble, you could get...
Yeah.
There's just...
I like it a lot here. Especially, is he going front side?
I think that's the wrong play if he is, but...
I would say so as well. All right, backside. So, you're going to have to play Magic. So, I mean, I don't know. Sometimes you like to just win games, but Tibble almost does that.
It's also kind of rough in this combo matchup. Because, like, your opponent... I mean, if you steal a bunch of Snapcasters, I guess you'll win the game with those.
Yeah. I think people are starting to get how good Tibble is. He's a 7-mana Planeswalker, though. Like, there's nothing crazy. 7-mana Planeswalkers are good.
Nothing special about it. Like,
no.
People, like, expected it to be good.
Yeah.
Like,
cost 7 mana.
I think, like, the biggest thing that the people were surprised about is that you could cheat it.
Yes. Shocked.
Being able to cheat it makes it ridiculous.
Yeah.
Weird model, double-faced cards, man.
I know. So
I think this game is just going to end under this Teferi, which sucks.
I think Ty is playing.
Oh, here's CRYPTIC
because he's a trooper, but I think the game is well over.
Up.
Yeah, there's almost no way he gets out of this.
You can go snap remand here. Yeah.
Do it. Maybe he had a better card in his hand, but using your opponent's creature to do it just feels so right, dude.
It's always the right play.
Yeah, when we watched Tim playing, he would sometimes play lands that weren't the right color just because he got to take it from his opponent. And I was like, yeah, man, that's how it should be.
Oh, man, this is dovin's veto.
It's a fairy.
There's a fairy.
Gross.
Dovin's veto also, like... really good at countering most of the things that
matter.
Anybody's gonna cast this game.
Yeah. Teferi is unreal.
It'd be great if you could go like steal a Resto Angel and steal a Kiki.
I know. I hope he does.
Yeah,
I hope he does. He can exile it.
Yeah, you can definitely get both. Oh, you can minus on this.
Yeah.
You have to just find the
Kiki.
Yeah. It's rough though to find the Kiki. I think that one's like a less common to be cast and a little like there's probably not 4 of in the deck.
Yeah, I think Tyron's probably.
Whereas there's probably 4 of Restos because Resto's kind of just like a good card.
Resto is very good.
It's a 3/4.
3/4 flyer, but especially with like Snapcaster, there's just too much upside.
You get like weird value, incidental value.
Yeah, I used to put Splinter Twins.
He's just gonna ult.
Oh,
and bring to light and Scapeshift.
Sure. I guess he just gets someone. This deck is great.
It's just a win. I don't think there's a... Yeah.
He's thinking about something.
Scapeshift, 6 mountains.
Do you remember before all the other mountains in Magic got printed, and you'd have to splash like Steam Vents in your not blue deck to play this deck?
Do you remember like original 4-color Scapeshift?
No.
Where they like didn't have good mana fixing, they didn't have good planeswalkers, and they ran cryptic commands in their mostly green deck.
Yeah, I loved that deck. Loved it. It wasn't Steam Vents. You had to run some stupid mountain you didn't need because you just needed
I don't remember
mountains.
what it was. But like that deck was a pile.
Yeah, it was.
He brought to light. I don't know what he brought to light for.
It looked like a lightning helix, honestly.
Okay.
I hope it wasn't, but I think it might have been. What is he doing? Oh, he pinged the Resto and then helixed the rest. Did he really bring to light for lightning helix?
Why not Scapeshift?
I don't.
Is
he might not have had enough mountains. Like sometimes that happens.
Yeah, I guess like you could have just had all your mountains on the battlefield or something. There's the force. I mean, this is a trooper of a staying, not scooping to this is like.
I mean, this isn't over. I mean,
okay,
here's the Scapeshift.
All right,
maybe you drew it. Cool. Thanks very much for watching. We'll see you next round.